there are definitely multiple different things that you can do to help grow your business. I think the common thread is you have to, pause, take a step back, think about what those things are, and then actually do them.
Welcome to Life Unleashed,
the podcast all about creating the best life for you and your furry best friend.
If you're a dog mom on the go, juggling life, work, and the endless joys of being a dog parent, then you're in the right place. I'm Dani.
And I'm Nick.
And together with the incredible dog mom community from Tails Up Pup, we're here to share advice, stories, and the obsession we have over the love for our dogs.
Get ready to laugh, learn, and lean on each other because life with your dog just got even more awesome.
I was receiving so many messages about how much people liked day-to-day life and things not business related that I took that and ran with it.
But guess what?
We are back with the business talk. Business talk with Dani and Nick.
No, I feel like, we did do a long run of stuff like pretty much not talking about business. I mean, we can never not, like, there's always like a thread of business in a lot of the ones that we talk. Like, we always somehow seem to get back to that. But like today is going to be more of like a business focused podcast. So
whether you're a business owner looking for advice or you're interested on the back end of our business, I feel like business owners and non-business owners can enjoy this topic because people love to be nosy about us. And we are going to share things to help grow your business?
Yeah, I would say these are things that like can help grow your business that are probably relatively low hanging fruit that you can do. Like, I feel like a lot of times as business owners, and this is definitely like me speaking from personal experience, you get so caught up in like running your business, like you are in the trenches of it, that you are like kind of lost into like how to grow your business. So you may not know how, or there might be some stuff that like, I know what to do, I just don't have time to do it. But this is going to be just some things that I think are low hanging fruit that like definitely can like impact the bottom line.
So number one is reviews. Getting reviews for your business is so important, especially if you're newer and smaller and people haven't heard of you or don't know what you sell or don't know if they can trust you. When people are spending money, they are thinking before they spend it most of the time, and they might be looking at all their options. And if they are choosing to spend their money with you, they want to make sure that you're not a scam or that you have a good quality product. And how can they trust you and how can they give you their money if they don't know about you? But people can trust other people. And if you have 5-star reviews and real things to show, then they're more likely to believe the things that they're reading.
And I mean, just think about yourself. Like when you're buying something, one of the first things I know I do, whether it's a restaurant I'm going to, whether it's like a service business that I'm having come to our house, whether it's a product that I'm buying online, literally one of the first things I'm doing is going and reading about reviews.
And I did say 5-star reviews, but in our experience and our research, we have found that if there are negative reviews about your business, it can actually help you to an extent because it shows that you're not just only putting the good ones out there and that you might be like a real human being. And yes, people make mistakes. It's going to depend on what the review is. Like if it's like, this is horrible, obviously that's not going to help you. But if it's like, they sent me the wrong thing, but they ended up fixing it or whatever it may be, showing that you are able to fix your mistakes or, I don't know.
Yeah, almost every like a platform that has reviews, whether it's Google reviews or like reviews on your website, has like an ability for you to come back and like put a response. So like as long as you like take the standpoint of like you make things right and like you explain kind of, where you're coming from and like what you've done to resolve that customer's issue. Yeah, I think that goes like above and beyond, like to show like, yeah, they don't just get people that are their friends to go write them good reviews and stuff like that. It shows that, yeah, they have real reviews from real people, the good, bad, and the ugly. And like when there is bad stuff, it goes to show like how it was handled and how you handled it. So like that, like think about it from like your standpoint. Like if you saw somebody's like, yeah, they sent me the wrong size and like I'm, not happy about that 1 star, but then like you're also reading the review from the response from the business is like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that we did that, emailing you to make sure that we can make it right and we'll send you the right size. Like then you're like, oh, well, if something does happen, like you feel confident that the business will make it right.
What we have found with reviews is that you need to ask for them. People aren't just going to go do them most of the time. And if they do go do them, it's probably because they have something bad to say. Like most people who have a really good experience are kind of just expecting a good experience. And so they don't think to go and write a review unless it's like exceptional. But if you ask them, hey, if you had a great experience or if you like what you received, could you write us a review? A lot of people will. So you just have to ask and you will receive.
Yes, most of the time, like, if it's an online, like if you have an online business, like the whatever like app or software that you use to collect reviews will have a thing that's an automated email that you can write something that asks people. But sometimes you have to go out of your way and like post on social media and say like, hey, and like send them the link to like write you a site review. Like just being consistent and asking people like if you've had a good experience, like it really helps letting them know. Most of the time people are really willing to help and go share their experience, but like they won't do it if you don't ask them. Yeah, so I think that's a very big thing. And that goes for like almost anything in life. The other thing that I wanted to talk about that I think kind of goes with reviews is like referrals. Like if you want, particularly for like service businesses, but even for stuff like us, like we have the refer a friend program, but like, sometimes you just have to ask people like, hey, if you've had a good experience and you know another dog mom, like please like share this, and like for us, like there's a win-win thing that we do for them. But like even just that is something like people will refer you if like you ask. And will everyone do it? No. But like if you don't ask, no one may do it. Like obviously what you hope is that like people have a good experience and like when they run into somebody, they'll talk about your business. But like you're kind of waiting for serendipity to happen for that. But like if you go ask, it's like, oh yeah, you know what, so-and-so like would be a good fit for this. Maybe like if I send them this thing and they buy something, we're both going to get $10 off. And like that could be a win-win. So that's another thing. Like if you don't ask, you're not going to get them probably.
For something like Etsy, where it's like a big platform, they will send out like an automated thing. You need to review, or you can review this new thing. But I have found that if I personally message and put like exactly what they ordered, like, hey Nick, if you liked your silly goose decoration, like basically, will you write a review? That works a lot better because they're seeing it's from like an actual human being with like a catered message. And that really does like bring people to write reviews. So something personalized like that can be really helpful.
Yeah, I think the more personalized, the better. And we have done that plenty of times. I wish that we had enough time to like go and literally write like every single person that placed an order at Tails of Pup, like a handwritten note asking for a review. I think that like be the best.
Yeah.
Like that comes in the thing that we send them. And like, if you like what you receive, please go write a review, scan this QR code. That would be the best. However, like that is just a lot of time. And so I think, but like when you're starting out, if you don't have a lot of orders, that's a really good way to get those first few reviews.
Something fun that we did in the past, not everyone will know about this, but we used to send personalized videos to people who had placed an order. We had like a different structure. So if it was their first time ordering, or if it was like, I don't know, their 100th time ordering, or if they ordered something specific, we would send them a video and talk to them and like have fun with that. So that was
They'd be like, hey Dani, thanks so much for ordering this. Like we hope you love it. Like we really appreciate you supporting our business.
Yeah. And I think that was a cool feature that we had added in at one point, and people gave us a good response, I feel like.
Yeah, the reason that we kind of stopped doing that is, one, it is very time consuming, but like what I noticed is like, say we'd send 10 videos out, only one person would actually open it. So it's like we were spending a lot of time making those videos and like only one person opening it. I feel like that's, it just felt like they weren't getting seen.
Yeah, because like people were like, am I going to open up a random video?
The next thing that I think is very essential, and this applies for anyone out there, focus on the things that work. Like, so whatever your best sellers are, your customers have already told you like what they like. So it's very likely other people that don't know about you like are going to like the stuff that is your best sellers that other people also like. So that is something that like sometimes you want to pile on to what's working.
I feel like sometimes we might lean too far that way because I'll forget about certain things that we sell because it's been so long since I talked or posted about them. But I definitely lean into the best sellers, and I feel like our business really thrives on those best sellers. Like the things that are selling well sell really well compared to everything else. And a lot of times I feel like though it's because it's something new and it's like a cute product. Like right now it's the birthday hats. And so like people are like, oh my gosh, I need that for my dog's birthday. Even if it's not their birthday right now, they want to get it for when their dog's birthday is. And I'm showing them so much because I'm making them so much that people see them a lot.
I guess what I'm saying is we've, like you say that we might do that too often, but there's been plenty of other times that we like focus on these other products that we think our customers will like. And it's like, we're spending all this time talking about this stuff. And it's like, they've never shown us like with like them ordering that that's the type of stuff that they like. And so we're spending all this time talking about something. It's like, well, maybe you should just talk about the stuff that's already doing well.
Yeah.
And because like, particularly for a new person coming in, and it's like, that's why like having a bestseller page, like on a website typically is going to be one of your higher traffic pages. I think the opposite side of the best sellers is, particularly the longer that you've been in business, you also have to focus on giving like your loyal customers, the ones that have been around and probably already own your best sellers, you have to focus on giving them something new and exciting to look forward to. And that's having new arrivals, new different types of products, that stuff, because obviously if they've already bought all the best sellers that you have, like they may still want to support you, but if you don't have anything for them, that can be a problem. And like we are constantly kind of going back and forth between that. And I feel like it's bestsellers for the new people, as well as having stuff that like your loyal customers are like, oh, that's new and exciting and I want to, buy. Because there's definitely going to be customers out there that like, they're going to like most of the stuff that you come out with, and you need to be able to like serve them and give them cool new things.
Oh, and with that is creating launches and collections specific to those new arrivals. Because in the past we have done like just putting random things on the website. If you don't create like hype around it and show it and get people excited, Callan knows, then like people won't know about it or they won't be excited for it. And so don't just randomly put something online. You really have to create something around it.
Yeah, marketing is so much about like how you package it and like how you, I guess, introduce it to the world. So yeah, there's things that we've put on there randomly that like flop and like it's like almost no one sees it or cares about it. But like if we're like, oh, we're doing a back to school thing, even if it's the same type of stuff, it's like just packaging it that way is like, oh, people like, oh yeah, I need something for back to school.
Also, product photos and how you present something is really important. So for me, I would think that clothes would sell well when they're on a person, and people do want to see them on a person, but we have found that the flat lay photos are what people want to see first, but then they want to be able to scroll and see it on a person. So having a variety of different ways that people can see things is pretty essential.
Since we're talking about products, I also think this is a good time to talk about like bundling products. If you have stuff that goes really well together, I think it can be important to like create bundles for people that like they can save money on it, but they can get like the whole package. Like so many people have like been really receptive to the different bundles that we've done. And you could even say like the subscription box is like a bundle. Yes, it's a subscription, but it's also kind of giving them, people what they want, which is toys, treats, and a personalized bandana from us. Or like for a lot of our party stuff, it's like
birthday bundles.
They want like the birthday thing, so they want more than just a birthday bandana. If you make them do the work to go find all the individual stuff, some people will do it, some people won't. But if you make it easy for them, bundle it, that's going to be great.
If you have Shopify, there are apps to like help bundle and things as well, or at least show them like a related product. So you can definitely look into things that help you make your systems more efficient and not make your life easier, not harder.
Now, this next one is definitely not going to come as a surprise, but is something that is like, I would say we've built a lot of our business around, and that is like showing the behind the scenes of whatever you're doing and or making. Obviously, we have a handmade business, so like we're showing a lot of the making processes, but like even if it's like you source other stuff and like our packaging orders up, or you're an artist, show like the behind the scenes of you making their, people just like to see like the real stuff that's happening behind the scenes to make your business run. So I think that can be something that is like, you're already doing it and you don't even have to talk in these videos. A lot of times it's like, if you just kind of show people, that is a really good thing that can like be relatable for people and your customers and just give them that extra like, oh, that's really cool. And that's what goes into, making it or the behind the scenes of your business.
Yeah, I would think it would be a little bit harder if you weren't making the product, but I see a ton of companies like packaging orders and doing things like that, showing the warehouse.
Or like if you're creating a fall collection, even if it's like you're, placing a bunch of wholesale orders for the stuff, you can talk like, show the process of doing that, or like when the things arrive, there's lots of different like stuff or like a photo shoot of like you photographing the products. Like there's something that you got to do for your business to run it. Like that is besides like only computer work. And even if it's computer work, I'm sure there's, something cool that you're doing on the computer, like just something that shows those behind the scenes. I think people will like. The other thing that can be very important, and this is like very specific, or this is very general to like everything, and you'll know what the specific things are for your business, but really spend the time to focus on the things that move the needle for you, and don't just get caught up daily on like the busy work of like running the business and all that type of stuff. Obviously, you have to make sure that your business is running and do those things, but we always fall into the trap of like, we get caught up so much in like making our products, making, the bandanas, doing the embroidery. And it's like, oh, sometimes we forget to do like the things that are actually going to move the needles, which is like the stuff that we've already talked about.
And it's a hard balance because like to create those social media behind the scenes and stuff, doing the orders is important. So it's hard to find a good balance. And yeah, we obviously have to make the orders, but we can't always be putting our head down and grinding and just doing orders. We have to do other things to, help grow our business as well.
The thing that's funny is like, actually, at least I know for me, sometimes it's the easiest to like do the grinding, to sit there and do the work, push through it, do all that.
Yeah, that is the easiest because you know what you're doing. You have a checklist. You have to get these things done. It's hardest to get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, so sometimes it's very important to focus on the stuff that moves the needle, to do these things, to make sure that they get done, because otherwise, you did all the busy work that you needed, but now maybe you don't have enough orders coming in and things like that. So you have to make sure you spend time to do that.
So what would some of those things be?
I mean, we just talked about a lot of them, like focus on getting reviews, focus on creating behind the scenes content.
I didn't know if you had any other ideas.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much gave the ones that I thought are like really big needle movers that are like overall like the low hanging fruit. Callan sees the lights on some of our camera equipment. He keeps walking over to it.
He woke up early, so he's making this job very difficult. So if you'd like to grow your business, definitely don't have a baby.
There are great things, Danny. Simply Sweet Pea would not have grown nearly as much without Callan.
That is true.
So there's pros and cons. If you want to have
that's another thing to help grow your business. Maybe you're doing something, but you could be doing it better. And so watching videos or practicing on how to perfect something. So something that we have been doing a lot of are our birthday bundles. And I see a ton of people making birthday banners, embroidered birthday banners. But there are so many different ways to do it. And I have found kind of like the perfect method for me. And it really did come with practice and doing it over and over again. And so I didn't get to where I am with the way that I like my banners to look without practicing and working hard on it. And I had to do that sometimes off of the clock, like not working on someone's order and getting new materials to try something out. And so it takes time and effort and money, but it was worth it because now I feel like mine look way better and I've kind of perfected it.
And that is definitely one of those things that go into the category of like, you had to really spend focused time to do that. That is like not busy work. It's definitely difficult to carve out the time to do that. But you would not have been able to grow our banners and create what you have without, spending that time and focusing and doing it. But all of that to say, I feel like there are definitely multiple different things that you can do to help grow your business. I think the common thread is you have to, pause, take a step back, think about what those things are, and then actually do them. So much of the time with reviews and that type of stuff, it is simply just, start asking people. And it seems like it's so simple, and it is, but you got to do it. I think some of the things to grow business are actually very simple. It's just that we don't do them. And as a business owner, like I said in the beginning, we definitely struggle with all these things. Like we do practice what we preach, but we kind of go through cycles with this stuff. It's like we get caught up in the making process and all of that. And we're like, you know what? We haven't done this in a long time. And when we do it the best is when we come up with systems that like remind ourselves, hey, once a month, we should be like on social media asking about reviews, things like that. If you can create systems in your business to like remind you and make you do the things that you should be doing, that can be very helpful.
And with creating new products, like asking your community what they want to see. Is there a product that they would like? Is there certain colors that they like? Anything like that could be really beneficial because it might be hard for you to come up with new ideas all the time. So asking for help and input can also be really helpful.
And some of the best products we've ever had came from input from our customers.
Yes. Or just even like a custom request that has turned into a bestseller.
Yes. Well, Callan, you were just as much a part of this podcast as we were. Do you have any final words to say for the people?
Mama. Say mama. Mama. Maybe one day Callan will take over the podcast. But for today, we're going to have to cut this one short because he is yapping away and he is very mobile.
It is time to play, Callan. Well, thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.